you must consider, especially if you're a junior doctor, you have got a mix of clinical experience in the hospital, in the GP practice, you've passed the AMC Part 1 exam, and you're willing to come and train in Australia to become an independent general practitioner. And you could have worked in any specialty back home in your own country, in emergency, ICU, orthopedics even, or any of the surgical specialty. All right, now that the coffee is ready, I think it's time to have a good discussion about something very important. This year, Royal College of General Practitioners have announced very exciting programs, and they are particularly exciting from the point of view of international medical graduates. I'll try summarize what are the good options for general practitioners to come to Australia right now in 2023 and 2024. So we're already aware that Royal College of General Practitioners has accredited MRCGP International along with the other exams. So the doctors who have passed the MRCGP and have at least got 48 months of clinical experience in a general practice, they can come directly and work here as a specialist general practitioner, leading to FRCGP exam and then independently working here as general practitioners. That's a very good program. We're already helping quite a large number of candidates and getting them to sign contracts with our GP providers. So this is a very exciting news, especially for some people in Pakistan who have passed MRCGP. The other great news is a program called Fellowship Support Program. So, lots of doctors were contacted me that we've not done, any fellowship program like FCPS or MCPS or MRCGP International South Asia. What can we do to come and work here in Australia as a general practitioner? So Fellowship Support Program is a very exciting program that enables junior doctors to come to Australia to work here as a general practitioner under supervision and be able to complete 2 years of training in that general practice and then sit the final exit exam, which is the FRCGP. So all of the 3 component of FRCGP exam, and work here as an independent general medical practitioner. So it's a very good program. It's a training program which provides you with all the required supervision, training and teaching during those 2 years of your work as a general practitioner, during which you will be getting paid and be able to, become an independent GP in Australia. So what are the essential requirements to enter into the Fellowship Support Program? So obviously you must have done your MBBS, and you should have completed your AMC Part 1 exam. Now this is very important. The other thing is your clinical experience. Now this program is only for doctors who are eligible for level 2 supervision. What it means that you should be able to work semi-independently. So you're working at a level of a senior resident medical officer in a general practice. That means that you have completed, number 1, your intern year, that is 12 months of intern training back home in your country. Number 2, you've also completed your RMO year, so 12 months of resident medical officer, including any rotation like medicine, surgery, gynae, pediatrics, anything. Plus, you have also gotten additional experience in a hospital, which might be 6 months to up to 12 months in any of the fields that I've mentioned: medicine, surgery, gynae, ops, pediatrics, ICU, emergency, doesn't really matter. And additionally, if you've got some GP experience for 2 to 3 years, that is like cherry on the top. Because if you've got 3 or more years of experience, you can come work here in Australia as a senior resident medical officer. And you are eligible to apply for a level 2 supervision. So people who have got only house job or only 1 year, they may struggle to get onto this program because GPs are not allowed to take candidates with level 1 supervision. You must have at least 2 to 3 years of clinical experience, including or ideally a GP experience, to be able to get onto this program. So that is the requirement. So AMC Part 1 and the clinical experience requirement that I've just told you. The other thing is that you don't have to be onshore. You could have completed your AMC offshore when you're in India, when you're in Malaysia, when you're in Singapore, when you're in Turkey, UK, any country where the AMC 1 can be taken. And you can only move here once you've been offered a job. So what are the steps of getting onto in this program. So step number one of getting onto this program is that you basically apply for this program, and this program opens biannually. The last dates have just finished, which was in August 2023, and the next program dates will open in either January, February or March. The actual dates are not announced on the colleges as yet, but yes, they would be between January and March, and subsequent to that the next date would be in July August cohort. So there are 2 dates of intake. Now you have to actually have a job offer before you can be accepted in the fellowship support program, which is, I think, a very fair adjustment of this process. So it's not like that you haven't got a job offer and you apply for a program, spend all that money, and then there's no jobs for you. So you have to be firstly accepted into a job offer by a practice. So the first step could be actually to apply for a job, and this job is in MM2 to MM7. The practices in GP are actually registered with the College of General Practitioners as supervisor for fellowship support program. You can apply to their practices. There is a very robust interview process, so you have to pass that interview process and then get on to finally, when you succeed that fellowship support interview process with that particular GP, you can say that, look, I've been offered a job placement with this GP in this practice, which is in MM2 to MM7, which is regional or rural Australia. And some of these towns, by the way, are beautiful. They're not too far away from the major towns, and it is a good place to start with, relatively very affordable lifestyle in terms of housing, rents, buying and public transport, schools, etc. So once you've got the job offer from the GP, you then apply to the fellowship support program at the opening of those dates, and that is in January or February, and the next date would be in July to August cohort. Once the college reviews your application, they see that you have been accepted, they will provide you the paperwork to get registered with the APRA, and that's where the level 2 supervision will be provided for you to take up that job. Now it's a 2-year program, and during those 2 years you would be working that clinical practice. You will be provided with all the training, you will be provided with all the teaching, including a very close supervision from the Royal Australian College of General Practitioners to enable you to pass the FRSE GP exam. So it is a training and teaching program. How exciting is that? For you be able to pass the FRSE GP exam and work as an independent GP. So what are the fine points about this program? The fine points of this program, it's a self-finance program, which is the total duration is about 2 years of this program, and it costs roughly about $40,000 for those 2 years. Now most of the questions are, would I be paying this fee myself out of my pocket? No, you will be getting paid to work with that GP. Most of the GPs are offering between 65% of their billing to you. So that what means that if you're working with the GP, you are able to see patients and generate an income of about $1,000 per day. 35% of that billing would be kept by the GP to provide you with the training and teaching and the GP environment to run the practice with all the support staff, like the administrative staff, the nursing staff, the ancillary staff. And 65% of the billing you can keep. So $650 stays with you for that day. $350 goes towards the practice to run the practice and provide you with all the teaching and training supervision. So on an average, I think if you're starting out, you should be able to get an income of at least $140,000 to $150,000 per annum. This program cost about $40,000 over the entirety to be paid in installments. So that means that on an average, this program would be costing you about $20,000 to $22,000, including some college registration fee per annum. So you can easily pay the college the fee if you're earning that amount working with the GP. So no, you're not out of pocket. You'll be actually earning as a general practitioner, and you'll be paying as paying this fee out of your earning capacity. So this is, as I said, you are non-vocationally registered GP, so your rebate rates might not be comparable to the fully specialist qualified GP, but they're still decent enough to be able to support yourself, support your family, and also pay the fee of this program. It is a training scheme, and it is actually better because compared to even the registrars who are working, so even the Australian registrars who are working in the training scheme, they're not getting paid as better, because you are working in regional and remote communities. Your salary would be a little bit better than even the Australian counterparts of non-VR GPs. Now, the other thing is that how can we help you? Now, we've already got a PEP application process coming in. We're helping with the application. We're helping with the clinical cases. We're also helping find you the right employers to be able to find the programs. That's for the PEP application. But we're going to do the same for the fellowship support program. So we will prepare you with your application process. We will prepare you for the fellowship support program interview to be successful in that process with the GP practice. And once you've been given a final offer from the GP, we'll help you, get registered with the college, get registered with the APRA, help you organize for your visas, and even, talk on your behalf with the employer to help you with the sign-up bonus and relocation expenses, and depending on your level of experience. Please send us an email, info@emergencyfocus.net, as an expression of interest. If you've passed AMC1, that's good. If you've not passed AMC1, we can take you in our next course, and we can start the process of you getting shortlisted for the interview, application process with the RSCGP, and take it from there. I hope you like this video. Please drop your questions in the comment section below, and we'll take it from there.